You've definitely noticed that when the conversation turns to spies and their hidden world, ears perk up, minds go silent, eyes widen, and facial expressions clearly show surprise. That's because the world of spying, espionage, and intelligence is full of mystery and excitement. Its walls hide countless secrets, and it sparks strong curiosity in people who want to know what goes on inside a world whose doors don't open to just anyone by nature. We're talking about intelligence operations that protect a country's secrets, whether during war or in times of peace. We're talking about the arts of spying and espionage. These arts aren't secret in the way many people think. Today, they're a known field with clear rules, methods, systems, and foundations. Knowing the science is one thing, and practicing its art is another. Like chess, for example. It's easy to learn the rules, but very hard to master the game or reach an elite level. Every chess player knows the rules, but some play casually in a neighborhood streets, while others compete in world championships. The arts of spying and espionage didn't appear overnight. They are the result of experience built over many difficult years, thousands of years without exaggeration. There has never been a war or an era without spying and espionage playing a major role in gathering enemy information and secrets, reducing the chances of surprise attacks, and increasing the ability to deceive the enemy and strike them decisively. Spying and espionage are always evolving quickly. Information holds enormous value, and even the smallest detail, something that might seem trivial to an ordinary person who doesn't think with an intelligence mindset, can turn out to be extremely important and dangerous. Here's an example from an old operation. The simple piece of information was that the man under surveillance was obsessed with drinking Coca-Cola. That detail is what made the entire operation succeed. The man carried a briefcase chained to his wrist. Once he boarded the plane, a flight attendant came by and offered him drink options. He chose the only Coca-Cola available, which had been injected with a substance. It caused him severe stomach pain, and a doctor on board said his appendix had ruptured and that the situation was dangerous. The plane made an emergency landing at the nearest airport, where intelligence agents were already waiting. Quietly, they took him to a hospital and placed him in a small operating room. During the surgery, the agents opened the briefcase, photographed all the documents and secret plans inside, then closed it exactly as it had been. When the man woke up, he found the briefcase still chained to his hand. Information is the pillar and foundation of intelligence agencies. Everything depends on it. Every agency develops its own methods to obtain information, and at the top of those methods is spying and espionage, the secret collection of information directly from the source. This can go as far as planting agents inside enemy ranks or recruiting people from within. That's how agencies stay one step ahead of events. In the early 1930s, the world was stunned by an unexpected method of gathering information. At that time, Hitler was in power in Germany, and the Nazi Party had a secret plan to rebuild and rearm the military while bypassing the Treaty of Versailles. While these preparations were underway, they were shocked by the publication of a book written by a German journalist living in Switzerland, Berthold Jacob. The book detailed German army units, divisions, their locations, and the names of commanders leading the battalions. Hitler was stunned and erupted in anger. He ordered his intelligence services to bring the journalist to him by any means necessary to find out how he obtained such a massive amount of information. Jacob was kidnapped from Switzerland and flown to Berlin on a private plane. He was shocked to find himself inside Gestapo headquarters, surrounded by fear. They interrogated him, asking where he got the information in the book, and here was the surprise. The journalist had absolutely no connection to any intelligence agency. All the information in his book came straight from German newspapers, specifically the obituary sections. You'd read something like, "The wife of General so-and-so, commander of Brigade X in Region X, announces the passing of her husband." From these notices, you could find ranks, names, unit numbers, locations, and many other details. With patience, extensive searching, and careful organization, the journalist gathered a massive amount of information about the German army, connected it together, organized it, and published it in the book. Unfortunately, he didn't know that he was digging his own grave with his own hands. That's how a new method entered the intelligence world, collecting information from open sources. From this, a new branch was created known as open source intelligence. This branch gathers information from newspapers, regular publications, economic decisions, and other publicly available sources. People read this information with ordinary eyes, but intelligence agencies read it with intelligence eyes. After what happened to that journalist in Germany, newspapers stopped publishing detailed military death announcements. Over time, people began to understand the danger of publishing information. The art of spying and espionage evolved. Outdated methods were abandoned and new ones emerged. Failure often accelerates this evolution because in the intelligence world, the success of a method can remain hidden for a long time. But once it's exposed, the flood of information quickly destroys it. Espionage is like a massive puzzle. Every piece matters, no matter how small, if you want to see the complete picture. Some information is extremely difficult to obtain, sometimes nearly impossible. That's why secret and non-traditional methods are needed to get it. This is what espionage means: secretly obtaining information. The value of secretly obtaining information lies in the enemy not knowing that you have it. If they know, the information loses its value. For example, if your enemy uses a coded system and you manage to obtain the key, the value of that key is that the enemy doesn't know you have it. Once they find out, they'll change the code and the key, making the information useless. Espionage is both a science and an art. The science can be found in books, encyclopedias, and online sources. The art lies in talent, creativity, and innovation. The history of espionage is a school of creativity in secret information gathering. Everyone is constantly trying to invent new methods that the enemy can't detect or even imagine. No matter how advanced technology becomes, one factor will always remain the most important in the entire game: the human spy. Many people make a major mistake when they confuse espionage with spying technology. Some ask why human spies are still needed in the age of digital information and advanced technology when data can be collected and transferred so easily. They question the value of a human spy when technology seems capable of everything. This is a serious misunderstanding. Technology can only detect what is visible. Satellites can observe your home and the details of your clothing, but they can't know what you're hiding inside. I still remember how some people claim that technology was so advanced it could even identify the pajamas Saddam Hussein wore. Yet technology failed to locate him when he went into hiding. If it weren't for a human informant who knew where he was concealed, he might have remained hidden to this day. The same thing happened during the First Gulf War. Aircraft bombed many targets identified by advanced technology, only to later discover they were wooden decoys, not real military assets. Millions of dollars were wasted on missiles. A single spy on the ground could have exposed the truth. I can't disagree that technology is a powerful tool, but it's not everything. The core element is still the spy. The word spy refers to someone who blends in secretly among a group of people, allowing him to uncover their secrets and pass them to the side he works for. There are many types of spies, each with a specific role depending on skills and position. One type is the internal spy, someone from the enemy's own side who is recruited to betray his country. All countries see this type as the dirtiest and least trustworthy. A spy who betrays his own country for personal gain cannot truly be trusted by anyone. That's why intelligence agencies carefully analyze anyone they recruit, identify what type he is, and then find ways to control him and keep him loyal. This type of spy is trapped using several methods. The first is money. Greedy individuals are offered financial rewards in exchange for betrayal. The second is women, not only as a motive, but as a tool of control through blackmail. Then there's ideology, not religion, but political or intellectual beliefs. Many spies betrayed their countries because they believed in the enemy's ideas. Hatred of the system is another motive, pushing people toward the enemy as a form of revenge. Blackmail through scandals is also widely used. Recruiting a spy is a complex operation that requires precision. One mistake and the target may turn against you and expose everything. That's why intelligence agencies first plant a spy inside the target environment. This spy blends in, gains trust, and quietly observes. This is known as the spotter. He identifies weaknesses, motives, and potential candidates, then sends detailed reports. The agency studies these candidates and selects the most suitable one. A senior officer then approaches the target gradually, offering small, harmless favors. Step by step, the target is drawn in until full recruitment takes place. Now, let's talk about the planted spy, one of the most dangerous types. He is sent from his home country to live inside the enemy country under a completely false identity, blending in perfectly. One famous example is Rafa'at el-Gamal. He successfully infiltrated Israel and became one of Egypt's most powerful spies. A planted spy requires intense training. He begins as a sleeping spy, living a normal life and doing nothing suspicious until he is activated. Signals are sent using ordinary methods, a letter, a gift, nothing that raises suspicion. Once activated, he passes information through dead drops and later through direct secret meetings. This is how he rises in status within the espionage world. Intelligence agencies gradually place more trust in him, and he begins delivering information using a new method known as the secret meeting. He meets another spy and transfers the information directly in just a few seconds, using techniques that change every time. This marks the beginning of a new stage of training that elevates his rank in the world of espionage. From here, the spy becomes part of a much larger game, where every Every move is calculated, every step is dangerous, and every mistake can lead to exposure, prison, or death. The spy learns how to lie naturally, how to control emotions, and how to live two lives at once without letting them overlap. He learns that silence can be more powerful than words, and that not asking questions can sometimes save your life more than knowing the answers. He learns how to remember details, how to observe without staring, how to listen without appearing interested. The planted spy lives under constant pressure. Even when everything seems calm, danger is always close. One wrong word, one wrong reaction, or one wrong look can destroy years of work. That's why intelligence agencies select these individuals with extreme care. Not everyone can live this way. It requires nerves of steel, patience, intelligence, and the ability to erase your real self and live as someone else. Espionage is one of the most complex, dangerous, and mysterious arts ever created by humans. It is a world where information is power, silence is survival, and trust is the rarest currency. And no matter how far technology advances, the human spy will always remain the heart of the intelligence game.